Okay, I'm alive. This is Joshua Taylor coming to you in a part three from here in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, on the east coast of Canada. And just like to say hello to my friends out there. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool bunch of guys. Yeah, I like people that got the balls to take a stand for truth. You know, these relocation platforms that make a perfect thing for hunting. We could actually have it off the ground. You could have several hunters up there waiting for the game to come through. Lots of stuff you could do. You can make a little thing on the lake for fishing. Lots of stuff. Just like to throw that in. Anyway, this part three has to do with the in the times that we're coming in. Now, if you look at a year or two down the road, we're probably going to see the man of Christ, the false Christ. He's going to be on the scene. Food and water is going to be at a premium. The way FEMA is going, things like that, is going to drive people, make it impossible to be able to store food or grow food or have water. They're even putting you in jail for collecting your rainwater. But if we want to live, we're going to have to take a stand against these bunch of commies, antichrist, so-called betrayers of the gospel, of freedom. And we're going to have to come together. That's one thing that they understand. If we come together in force and have a plan to survive, a God-given, inspired plan to survive the end times, to make it through to the trumpet call. God does have a plan. He's been preparing me since the summer of 1988, where he first gave me the overall map of what a place of refuge would look like. And the first one that he gave me was a macro overview of nearly 4,000 acres. So you're talking about these places of refuge or safe places. They're going to be big places. And if we learn to come together, it doesn't matter about our background. We come together in the love of the Lord and the love of Jesus Christ. Then we're going to have the divine protection. God's going to have a people that's going to make it through. He's going to have a people that's going to be protected. They're going to come into the promises. They're going to be preserved. They're going to have provision. But sadly, we live in these flesh and blood bodies. And we're going to have to do our part to prepare. Not everything is going to magically appear on the tree. We're going to have to do our part to prepare our shelters, our outside work, prepare our hearts, prepare places to grow food when everything around us is poison. The chemtrails have pretty well destroyed the ground. And the first application that the Lord spoke to me concerning the relocation platforms that he gave me back in the spring of 2007 was to use them for growing food. And using the larger 48 square foot platforms to build a 32-foot diameter greenhouse. You could have multi-level. You could have your base level here, another level here. So one level, this is your 3 feet off the ground here. Here you could be 8 or 10 feet off the ground. And another level. So these two levels here, you could actually have 15 vertical gardens in each one. That's 30 vertical gardens. And the way it works is at the center is a staircase that goes up. On the outside, you have a double thermal wall where you generate the heat underneath the base, and it comes up, goes up, comes around to the top, and goes like this, just like a donut. That's the best system. And using that buffer system, that's what it's called, the buffer system, it's able to handle major changes in the environment, in the weather. It could be freezing one day and it could be 80 above the next day, and it's going to help mitigate the changes. The platforms themselves, they can be portable, made in advance. And the way that they work is that each platform is 4 feet out from center. From the point to the center is 4 feet or 8 feet across. When you join them together, between this leg and this leg, you have 8 feet. Same as the way that you see the underside, you would have a 2x6 going across for the under support. That's 8 foot long. So what you could do on the top, you could put a post here, right? Post there, a post here, going up 8 or 10 feet, 9 feet, whatever you want for your vertical garden. Then around that post, you could have, you can go 3 feet around that post. That's your garden. And you could actually have a bottom, a central, and a top deck. You could have your grow lights underneath. You could have your magnetic watering system or your vortex water coming in. Your grow lights would be powered by the Joel cell nano technology that I'm getting up on crowdfunding. So you could actually take waste oils and get between 50% to maybe 500% improvement on your fuel. So in a super depression, at least you'll be able to take the fuels around and use it for growing food. The ultimate fuel would be to make a Joe cell generator to charge water, where you could actually burn the superconductive water in the Joe pipe technology. That would give you free heat and free power. What more can you ask? And with that, you can make a greenhouse where you could provide the environment, you could provide the heat and the power for the grow lights. You could provide the cooled CO2 to help super grow the plants. So you basically have one level, your base level, with 2 more levels. You have 2 levels for growing food, and your top could be like a geodesic dome, and like the geodesic dome, it uses an uneven footprint. So on the top of the relocation platform, you can go either 6 sides or 12 sides. So you would have to modify the geodesic dome to work on either a 6 or a 12 foot footprint. And with that, the top part, you could actually have an atrium for walking around, singing and praising the Lord. Plants love you when you sing to them. When you worship the Lord, the glory of the Lord comes down. You want to watch your plants grow? Give them a little bit of heaven. It doesn't take much. It just takes us coming together. Whether you're a Baptist or whether you're Pentecostal, it shouldn't matter. In these end days, I can guarantee you that you will be coming together no matter what your faith. And that's what the Father's looking for. He's looking for a people of many faiths, of many colors to come together with their one purpose is to love one another and to worship God. That's going to be our strength. And so the first application, the main application, would be to grow food. And if you go to the projectgoshen.com site, I got information about that. They'll be putting down various technologies. Okay, we're over the 9-minute mark. Any questions, you can get back to me. Still working on the website. It's a work in progress. I got 3 pages made, and there are 3 primary pages, and the rest would be more of a secondary backup information. This is Joshua Taylor coming to you on the 3rd part of the internal components of the relocation platform.